Hey, what's up everybody? Prosper here with Watcher Realms. Guys, we have two new heroes added to the test server. One of them is going to be the Valentine's Day limited exclusive hero, and the other is going to be just an added hero to the hero pool. They both look amazing. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Okay guys, for this video it's gonna be a first look, first impressions kind of video. I'm gonna be going over their kits, kind of analyzing what is going on, then I'll be testing them out fully in another video. Okay, so let's get into it. Here we are looking at Diao Chan, I think that's her name, and she's really pretty. Like, I mean, this hero looks really cool. Like, clothes are almost off, I guess. This is one of her stances as far as I'm understanding it, and then now she just switches to the other one. So she has two different modes. It's kind of like Ingrid, where she switches from mode to mode. Anyway, so she is Watcher and Infernal Blast. With the Watcher faction, if she's paired with Leia, she has the increased damage and the healing bonus. I believe they're all pretty much the same until you get down to the epics, where the healing bonus and damage increase is a little bit lower. And also for the rare, it gets even lower than that. But what a powerful faction to be in. She is a healer. I think this is probably going to be most likely her main position, but she also is part of the Infernal Blast faction, which we all know as Twin Fiend and Soul Cadence. This is going to give them penetration increase, crit rate increase, and crit damage increase depending on what stance that she's in. She's going to be able to pair nicely with the Infernal Blast faction. Now, onto her stats. Her HP is at 9,700. This is pretty decent. It's not anything too crazy, anything to jump out at you or anything like that. So it's definitely worth taking note that it is higher than other heroes of her kind. Her attack is at 2583. This is pretty low, but she is an inspiration unit, so it's not really that big of a surprise. And she's also a healer, so defense is at 1794. That is an added benefit. That's very nice defense for her position. Magic resistance is 2529. Cost is 6. This is amazing, actually. This is like gonna make her much more competitive with Dolores. Block is 1, doesn't really matter. Redeployment time is 60. Attack interval is 6 seconds. This is pretty high. Attack speed is 100. Rate 0. Crit damage 150. Healing effect 0. Rage regen 0. Rage regen auto is 18, which is pretty nice. Rage regen basic attack is 9, and rage regen attacked is 9. Okay, so onto the promotions. We got promotion level 1, she's gonna unlock Bittersweet Dreams. This is one of her passives. Promotion level 2, she's gonna unlock the talent. Promotion level 3, she's gonna unlock Thorned Rose. And promotion number 4 is gonna be just stats. Promotion 5 is gonna be enhanced talent. And then promotion level 6 is going to be more stats. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's check out her kit. On the talent, increases healing bonus by 50%. Just flat out, okay? When deployed, it begins dancing to Serenade of Hope. During Serenade of Hope, gains an extra 4% healing bonus every 2 seconds, reaching maximum increase after 20 seconds. During Song of Sorrow, increases attack by 2% every 2 seconds, reaching maximum increase after 20 seconds. Okay, these effects are removed when switching stances. Alright, so she's gonna go out into a Serenade of Hope, and these buffs cannot stay on when you switch back and forth. That's all it's saying. It's not really a big deal. Serenade of Hope seems to be mostly for healing, and Song of Sorrow seems to be when you're focused on inspiration. Alright, onto the basic attack. Serenade of Hope periodically applies attack-based healing 3 times to all allies in range. So yes, Serenade of Hope is mostly focused on healing. And Song of Sorrow grants 25% inspiration to all allies in range, which we know this is a 25% inspiration. This is kind of like Dolores, Constance, Beelzebub. These guys all have inspiration, and she's just another one that is added to the mix. Skilling her up is going to be a 4% difference in inspiration, and it looks like a 20% difference in her healing multiplier. Alright, on to the first passive, Bittersweet Dreams. Within 15 seconds after switching stances, basic attack inherits half the effect of the previous stance. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 45 seconds. Interesting. Okay, so she can switch over from back and forth, and she can get half of the bonus of the healing effect or half of the bonus of the extra attack for a certain period of time. It's gonna last for 15 seconds, it looks. Very interesting. I thought up here it said, yeah, these effects are removed when switching stances, but it looks like with Bittersweet Dreams that she's gonna be able to hold on to half of those benefits for 15 seconds. So that's pretty neat. But you can only do it for once every 45 seconds. On the next passive, Thorned Rose. Serenade of Hope continuously applies physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction to all allies in range. This physical damage reduction is 20% and magic damage reduction is 20% as well. This is when she's in more of a healing mode, so this would make sense. Very, very nice. This will make her very useful for Guild Boss 2. Having that magic and physical damage reduction is going to be pretty useful. Song of Sorrow continuously applies penetration increase to other allies with the highest attack in range. Penetration increase ignores 20% of defense and magic resistance. Very cool, very cool. This is going to make her closer in line with Dolores and Beelzebub and some of the best constants as well, because she's going to be allowing them to ignore 20% of their defense and magic resistance as well. Plus she's going to be buffing up their attack. So even though her inspiration seems to be rather low, it's going to go higher if you consider the fact that she's going to help them ignore defense and magic resistance. Very neat. On the ultimate, essentially you're just switching back and forth between modes. That is all that's happening here. She's just going to swap modes. Serenade of Hope switches to Song of Sorrow. If she's in Song of Sorrow, she's going to switch to Serenade of Hope. Skilling her out is definitely going to be something you want to do if you want to swap her back and forth. It looks like it only cost 100. You could swap her immediately on deployment. I'm really interested to see in how I can combo her back and forth, trying to get her damage to be higher. We've got some puzzles to figure out, that's for sure. Alright, on to the Awakenings. Awaken level 1. When switching to Serenade of Hope, heals allies in range for 500%. So it's almost pretty much it's an instant heal. When switching to Song of Sorrow, applies Rage Regen to allies in range. These effects can be triggered up to one time every 30 seconds. How much Rage Regen are we talking about here? Restores 2% rage per second, lasting for 5 seconds, so a 10% rage boost. Pretty cool at A1. I definitely would consider trying to get her A1, obviously. Awaken level 2 is attack plus 300. She's an inspiration unit, so bringing her attack up nice and high is definitely going to make a difference as far as the quality of the hero. Awaken level 3 increases the basic attack range. It doesn't say by how many. It looks like it's probably just going to be one more tile. Awaken level 4 is all damage reductions are plus 8%. So it was 20%, so it's going to go up to 28%. I believe it was 20%. Awaken level 5 is during Thorned Rose, increases damage reduction of Serenade of Hope by 5%, and increases the number of targets affected by Song of Sorrow by 1. Song of Sorrow is a stance that continuously strengthens allies, and Serenade of Hope is a stance that continuously heals and protects the allies. Okay, now I want to look back here really quickly at Serenade of Hope. Didn't really say, so the range is going to be one extra tile out all the way around, I'm assuming. Huh, that's going to be interesting. She does have the same kind of range like Dolores, so that's going to be something to definitely look into. And she also does have an exclusive artifact. I don't know if it's going to be in the event or not. I would assume that it would be in something around there. They typically are. Increases attack by 5%. When Serenade of Hope reaches maximum stacks, gains an extra 10% healing bonus. Okay, when Song of Sorrow reaches maximum stacks, increases attack by an extra 3%. Okay, pretty cool. I think that's definitely going to be her top tier artifact. I can't see anything else really competing with it. I think temporarily you could go with a Golden Scarab as well if you wanted to. Alright, that's enough on Diao Chan. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm not butchering her name. Let's go and check out Lu Bu. Alright, so here's Lu Bu, the Flying General. He is of the North Throne faction, so that means he's going to be getting periodic shields. If you have him with him, he's going to have the increased defense from King Har's. He's going to have the attack of shielded faction team members increased by 20% from Elder. And he will get periodic shields from Isolde and Rourke as well, as the same as Dagna. For the Chaos Dominion, because he's also a Chaos hero. he's going to be able to get increased damage, kind of from both sides. Gon and Valderon will increase the damage a little bit depending on what is going on. And then we have Vladov here, also increasing faction team members' damage base on their lost HP. Okay, now let's check out the attributes. He is a fighter, so hopefully he has some pretty high attack, right? Okay, so attack range is 3 tiles ahead of him. He says he's at multi-target attack, durability, and range boost. So he can attack probably 4. We'll see what happens. HP at a base is at 19.937k. This is very nice. It's always nice to see a fighter with a really high base HP. Helps them keep alive when they are on the field. And the attack is nothing too crazy at 5418. We have heroes now approaching 6200, 6500, 6700, whatever. Really high attack now. Defense is at 3078, so he's rather tanky. His defensive stats are much nicer position than his attack stats, let's put it that way. Magic resistance is 579, cost is 20, block is 2, redeployment time is 60, it says -5. Attack interval is 2.6 seconds, this is average. Attack speed is 100, crit rate is 0, crit damage is 150, effect 0, rage regen 0, auto is 12, basic attack is 9, and attacked is 7. Now under the promotions, promotion level 1, it looks like he unlocks Lapse of Reason. Promotion level 2 is stats, promotion level 3 is power hungry, promotion level 4 is stats, promotion level 5 is the talent enhanced, promotion level 6 looks like it's more stats. On to the skills. Now remember, this is the first time seeing these heroes, so let's start off with the talent. Every 12 seconds, the next basic attack consumes 15% of current HP to gain Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike deals 320% AoE damage to up to 10 enemies in a large area ahead. So every 12 seconds, he's going to essentially take his health down by 15% and launch a Chaos Strike. When deployed, immediately enters Deep Descent and gains enhancement effects of the ultimate Dark Star, but cannot use ultimate during this state. Deep Descent enters the state with independent HP and starts with 65% HP. When Chaos Strike is triggered, inflicts 50% slow for 3 seconds when receiving fatal damage in this state. Exit the state and restores 50% HP. So he has kind of like an unyielding thing going on here, right? So it sounds like if he are receiving fatal damage in this state, as long as he's in a Deep Descent, he just exits the state and restores 50% HP and comes back to life. When HP drops below 65%, Chaos Strike trigger interval is reduced by 2 seconds. So then it comes down to every 10 seconds he can use a Chaos Strike. Now, on the basic, it deals 120% AoE damage to up to 5 enemies in range, so it looks like he's a multi-target hitter. As of right now, I'm just seeing the three tiles ahead. On the first passive, Lapse of Reason, when not in Deep Descent, gains 1.5% rage when attacking enemies. For every 20% max HP of damage taken, gains 2% rage. Okay, both effects double when current HP drops below 50%. Interesting. When HP is below 65%, increases damage by 30%. For each ally within 2 tiles and HP below 65%, increases damage by 10%, up to 30% increase total. When the hero's or an ally's HP drops below 65% for the first time, he gains 30% rage. Whew, I don't really know what I just read there. When HP is below 65%, increases damage by 30%. Okay, that's clear. For each ally within 2 tiles with HP below 65%. So I think it just keeps saying the 65% and then adding extra conditions, which will increase the damage further and further. For each ally within 2 tiles, increases damage by 10%, up to 30%. So having 3 allies within 2 tiles would be ideal, yes. When the hero's or an ally's HP drops below 65% for the first time, he gains 30% rage. Okay, so it's making sense now. Put it that way. Skip out all the conditions of 65%. Nothing's gonna happen unless he's below 65%. Alright, so he has an arena damage increase passive as well, increases damage in arena by 15%. Also, let's check out the ultimate. Cost is 800. You get 400 on deployment and immediately enters deep descent when he goes into his ultimate. So this is where the deep descent happens. Upon reaching maximum power, immediately enters deep descent and gains enhancement effects. Increases on attack by 40% and reduces the trigger interval of Chaos Strike by an extra 3 seconds. So now we're down to 7 seconds if he's below 65% HP. This hero is complicated. Like, I'm in for a doozy when it comes to testing out Lu Bu. I can tell you that much right now. I do know that he will probably be on the banner. I don't think he's going to be any kind of guaranteed hero or anything like that. I think he's an ancient exclusive hero from the way that it sounds. I can't confirm that for sure. But now let's move on to the awakenings. Awaken level 1 increases basic attack range by 1 tile. If the enemy is not blocked, increases damage by 20%. Okay, so if it's hitting an enemy that isn't being blocked by anything, he gets extra 20% damage. And then this is where he gets an extra tile range from the Awaken level 1. Awaken level 2 is cost -2. Okay. Awaken level 3 is increases Chaos Strike damage multiplier by 40%. Okay. And it executes enemies with HP below 15%. Okay, well that's interesting. So now he'll have an execution if they get to 15% HP. He's just gonna off them just like that. Elite monsters and bosses are excluded, of course. Awaken level 4 is an attack plus 300. We always like extra base attack. And Awaken level 5 is when under deep descent and enhanced state, taking fatal damage will not instantly end these states. Instead, it becomes immune to the damage and reduces the duration of deep descent and enhanced state by 5 seconds. Wow, he just becomes immortal temporarily, but he goes back into normal state or after the ultimate ends -5 seconds. So it just reduces the time of his ultimate basically, and then he goes back into his normal state. Interesting. I like this hero. He's complicated, but he seems like he's gonna be really a lot of fun to play with. I could see this being interesting in arena for sure. Now he does have an exclusive artifact as well. So Halberd of Woe. This is probably something you're probably gonna have to earn yourself. Increases AoE damage by 15% when a Chaos Strike kills an enemy. Reduces the trigger interval of the next Chaos Strike by 4 seconds. Jeez. This effect has a 30-second cooldown. So he's definitely going to be doing a lot of executions, right? Because he's all these things in his kit to reduce the cooldown of Chaos Strike. We're 4, 3, 2. So we're looking at like almost what, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 9 seconds total. Which is only leaving it like every 3 seconds. If yeah, this is all maxed out. And I'm assuming, let's see what it goes down to. So his AoE damage is going to be increased and the cooldown is going to stay the same. So this is going to increase his damage overall as we continue to level this up. Alright, now before we get out of this video, both of these heroes each have a bond with each other. These heroes are bonded heroes. So we have Lu Bu and Diao Chan, if I say that right, I hope I am. It's either Diao Chan or Diao Chan. Obtain hero Diao Chan Moon's Radiance to unlock the following bonus effect. Increases the duration of deep descent and enhanced state from his ultimate Dark Star gained upon deployment by 15 seconds. 15 seconds is a really, really long time. He's at 25 seconds right now as a standard. And this would go up to 40 seconds total. And if he takes fatal damage, it'll take it down to 35 seconds. Right now, without the bond skill, if he activates fatal damage, it'll take it down to 20 seconds. So that's definitely worth checking out. And we also have to go and check out our girl Diao Chan's bond skill as well. So here it is. True Devotion, Pain. Obtain Lu Bu, the Flying General, in Hero Gallery to unlock the following bonus effect. As long as an ally is in the basic attack range, reduces AoE damage taken by 30%. Makes her a little more tanky. You don't have to worry about her quite as much. This is pretty crazy, to be honest. I'm really interested to see how this plays out. I'd like to try her out in Guild Boss 1. I'd like to try her out in Guild Boss 2. Artifact Material Raid will be fun to kind of check out and see how well she will do there. There's a lot of options here. Gear Raid 1, Gear Raid 2 even. Yeah, her cost is nice and low. She could probably go out there. yeah, I'm really excited to check out these heroes. I will be grinding away on the test server for the next 2 days, at least, trying to figure out different comps and teams to maximize these heroes' efficiency. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. We have hero guides, stage guides, price guides, everything in there that you could possibly need. You can even sign up for a takeover if you would need one. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.